Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to today's topic. And to be very honest, today is going to be an interesting topic because we will need to actually discuss some things together about Peller and Jarvis relationship. Right? Yes. And I will actually need people that are actually joining to ask about my Telegram channel. Right? Probably I'll need another phone to be able to comment that so that people can actually see it so that I can actually pin those comments, right? So that you can actually go and copy those link. While you copy those link, you can actually go there and go and check it out. So actually go and check out those channels out, right? So that whenever I'm online, you can actually join me online. So today we are going to be discussing about Pella and Jarvis relationship. And to be very honest, it one thing that is trending right now is one thing that is actually currently trending, and to be very honest, it doesn't even just make sense. All of these things doesn't even make sense, and we are going to be discussing everything one by one, the different levels to all of these things, the fact that this relationship has become a toxic one that everybody needs to be careful of. Everybody knows that Pella and Jarvis rose from this relationship standpoint, from the fact that they loved each other. It was one of the engine that actually pivoted them to being who they are today. And to be very honest, I feel like they have just been increased because if this is happening in another country, nobody even gives a hell. But Nigeria being the kind of place that is actually filled with entertainment, many people actually love entertainment. They love relationship. They love entertainment. They love to be carried along. They want to see you rise from who you are down up to up there. And their story is a kind of beautiful one. Their love story and every of these things. So Nigerians actually signed up for it. And because Nigerians signed up for it, we actually made them celebrities that they had to do. With the action of Nigerians and people all over the world that even fell in love with them, many people just fell in love. And to be very honest, it is one thing that we will always talk about, the fact that many people actually did fell in love with them, and it was legit for so many people. And while it was legit for so many people, it was also one thing that made many people kind of really not happy. Many people don't like them. There are so many people that actually still criticize their relationship even before all of this brouhaha that is currently going on. So there are so many people that have actually criticized their relationship over and over and over and over again. Many people have always said bad things concerning them. Pella cannot speak English. Some of his action is showing that he's actually not knowledgeable. He needs a good he needs a good management to allow him to speak. If he goes back to school, he'll be able to learn, he'll be able to talk, he'll be able to do this, he'll be able to do that, he'll be able to not do that, he'll be able to, many rules for these people. Whereas these people are already making it and making waves already. And to be able to correct people from that kind of foundation first, Nigeria must know that it will not be easy. And that's one of the problems that I see Nigeria actually make concerning these people. They actually, anybody that knows the kind of upbringing that Pella had before he actually made success, there were times when these people were sleeping all alone. There were times when there was nobody to actually, there was no food for these people at home. But still, these people still came to the point that no, we are going to succeed. They continue doing what they were doing till they are who they are today. So it's like money jam person meet road. But all notwithstanding, it has happened that they had become who they are today. And to be very honest, they are really, really great. Most especially Pella is really, really great. And we cannot take away that fact away from him. We cannot take away that fact away from him. So one of the things that I actually noticed is the fact that when he actually grew to where he became today, you can't just talk to him. Nobody can actually talk to him, and he will agree. In fact, if you talk to him too much, he will bring your matter on social media. That is who he has been. That is the kind of person that many people fell in love with. That anything that is going on with their life, you can almost tell from the life. By the time you actually go and study his life, you will find a way to actually bring it out. If he doesn't say it very plain, there's a way you actually infuse it in his word, and people that are actually intelligent enough will be able to actually reason that this is exactly what he's saying. If something is actually going going on in their relationship, there's a way you actually get to know, even as somebody that is not in their relationship. Why? Because there's a way you actually say those things. And many times you have seen Peller, you have seen Jarvis, most especially when they are together, you see him covering his mouth because he knows that sometimes when he speaks, he doesn't even think about it. He just says his mouth. And this is one of the things that people love about him, the fact that he's just free. No matter what it is, you can't hide secrets with him. He will probably just find a way to bring it out, right? So that has been the case over time. And many people actually loved that fact about him. The fact that many people are having issues with it now is because it has just gone grand. The fact that he now has car, the fact that is now actually being a danger to himself, to his fans, and to people around him. That is why. But that is who many people fell in love with at the first instance. The person that people fell in love with at the first instance, that was the set man. The person that had that same attitude. His attitude towards things didn't change. The way he was behaving, for people that knew him back then, from back in the day, is still the way he's behaving now. Just that when you have car now, your decision making now becomes a problem for you, because many people now kind of see you, and when they look at the things that you do, it now kind of bring this hatred from so many people all over the world. The hatred now becomes more. You have more enemy. You have much more enemy for yourself. And apart from the fact that you have much more enemies for yourself, you now have people that are actually targeting you, people that are actually targeting your space, and people that are actually rising like you. And because many people are actually rising like him, you have the likes of Kataifi, you have the kinds of Shanks, you have the kinds of Enzo, and all of these people. All of these people are not sitting down too. They are also rising and saying, no, we need to actually push forward. We need to actually really push. No, we are not staying at one position too. And because of that, they become a threat to the fact that I am the number one. Because before now, everybody has known that, as at last 2 years, there is nothing like anybody competing with Peller. Is the number one streamer in the world. So obviously, when these people now start coming in, then his position is threatened. And when they kind of see that, oh, these people are actually making waves more than him, then it becomes competition. And that's why competition arise some of these times, not these periods. Competition up and down. And we not actually blame him, to be very honest, but notwithstanding, if we are not going to blame him, we are still going to talk about it. We are still going to have to talk about it. So let us go and talk about the fact that the accident that happened. Many of you remember the accident. It was a normal thing. He was driving. He was going live. He decided that he wanted to record. His seatbelt was on, so it was not like he was trying to actually unalive himself per se. But what he was actually trying to do was to let people know that this relationship must not go sour. And the mistake that Peller made, according to what I actually think now, and anybody that can actually reason with me will understand this very, very clearly, that the mistake that Peller made is listening to people around him. Because I look at this case, the fact that Jarvis is coming out right now, because Jarvis just came out to actually share a side of the story, that it was not that broke up with him. It was not Jarvis that actually said that I don't want this relationship anymore. The person that actually said that she doesn't want this relationship anymore was Peller himself. It was Peller that actually made it known that he doesn't want this relationship, that he's tired of the relationship. But one of the things that probably I'm guessing might be the problem is because probably Peller had actually told Jarvis, because according to what Gege was saying, if you remember, Gege said that he asked Peller, have you knocked this girl before? Have you knocked this girl? And this girl said, and Peller said no, he never knocked her. And being in a relationship with Jarvis means that many people will not actually want problem to you. That means you will not be free to do whatever you want to do. You will not be free to carry out whatever you want to carry out. And I'm sure Peller, if truly that's the case, that Peller never nagged Jarvis before, that all they are just doing is just probably just smooshing and all of these things, and he never knocked him before, and he has friends, because I can tell you that the action that Peller carried out is as a result of some of these friends' advice. I can tell you that 80% of what is going on with Peller right now is as a result of friends pushing him to do what he's not supposed to do. I can tell you authoritatively, like I don't have the facts clear, but I can tell you that friends are the cause of what exactly is going on with this boy right now. He listened to some people's advice. That is what is going on. I don't know if it's from the management, because the management cannot even speak to him. I mean, we hear, he's kind of, egoistic and all of these things. But that's not a bad thing, because you actually need it, or else they will chance you. One of the reasons why they are unable to chance Peller the way they are doing with others is because the guy speaks out. Which is not a bad thing in itself. But when you don't know how to regulate it and come to the knowledge of, this particular place you need to calm down, this particular place you need to go a wire, but this particular place you need to calm down. You understand? So if it actually happens, I'm not creating a narrative, but that is what I'm actually thinking. That Peller never nagged the girl before, and he actually wants to have to do it with others. And he knows that the only way that their relationship would actually blossom really well and he knows that you cannot take away the effect of Peller and Jarvis in this equation, and many people will not be kind of assured about it. So what is the advice that they give him? Because I can tell you authoritatively that this guy did not decide this thing by himself. There was somebody that was advising him to do these things. There's somebody that is actually telling him to do these things. So they were asking him the question, okay, if you actually say that people are actually with you, that the people that are actually with you and you guys are actually communicating these things together, you guys are doing this thing together, who is that person in question? And that is the question I will ask him. Who is the person actually giving you the advice that you need to break up with? Because Jarvis will not want to hear that he actually cheated on him. So the only way he can actually be always free to perform his action is just to behave like online they are actually dating each other, whereas offline they have actually broken up. So it will permit Peller to be able to carry the number of girls that he actually wants to carry secretly without having to think that Jarvis is actually watching, or Jarvis, he actually has to think about the thought of Jarvis. I don't know if it makes sense. So the reason why all of these things is actually really happening is because the guy wants freedom from himself. And he knows that with Peller, with Jarvis, he might not be able to get that freedom. He might not be able to get that freedom. He might not be able to get it. The only way he could have gotten the freedom that he actually wants for himself is only if he frees himself from Jarvis. That is why he actually made it known to Jarvis that, you see, let us break up. I want the knack. I want the day with other girls. Goofy tie me down. Because, of course, his friends will be doing things. His friends will be doing things behind his back. His friends will be doing things and they'll be rubbing it on his faces. He saw me die. Say his friend could do things and they'll be rubbing it on his faces. And when they ask him, have you knocked Jarvis before? He will say no. He will say no, that all these things that you are just doing, we are just doing smooshing, we are just doing all of these things, you are just doing so. Because when Gege asked Peller, that Peller, have you knocked this girl before? He said no. So right now, that gives him the F13 to actually wants to. And the only way he can actually get that freedom that he actually needs is not by doing anything. It's about saying, okay, let's stop this relationship. But online, we will behave like we are together. Online, we are going to behave like we are together, we are friends, we are still in a relationship, and we'll continue the way we have been doing it. And everybody will still have the that we are actually dating each other true. That we are actually dating each other true. That truly we guys are actually dating each other. But they will not know that we are broken up. So that is the thing that he was trying to play. And that was the game that he actually played with Jarvis. Because in as much as he actually wants this freedom for himself, in as much as he actually wants to be able to actually do the things that he actually wants to do, he still wants to be in Jarvis' life. And that is why I would say the greedy nature is actually entering him. He actually still wants to be in Jarvis' life. He loves Jarvis. But to be able to carry out the things that he actually wants to carry out, to be able to nag girls free without having to think about the consequence, to be able to do things in secret without having to think about what's it called. The advice they could actually give him is you divorce that you say you are not more doing with Jarvis any longer. But because he still loves Jarvis, he's finding it very, very difficult to hear, because immediately that happened, that he actually made mention to Jarvis that we don't want, we are not going to be dating again. Let us sign a contract. Because according to Jarvis, she made it known that he said that he had already spoken that Sammy Banks manager is going to help them sign the contract. Imagine that kind of thing, that him and the friend had already talked to the extent that they know that there is Sammy Banks lawyer that will help them to sign the contract, that they will actually dissolve their relationship offline, but online they will be together. And because of that, Jarvis went haywire. Jarvis went haywire and was like, what do you mean by that? You want us to break this relationship and now behave like we are actually in a relationship in real life, whereas you know that we have actually broken up this relationship. It will never make sense to her. It will never make sense to her. Oh, you want us to be performing like we are now being actors for something that we are truly in before. Now you are claiming that you actually want us to actually sign an agreement. You want us to sign an agreement that we are together, whereas we are not together anymore. But because you want to have access, free access to other girls or to other female, now you are now saying that we should now come and behave like we are together. No, I will not do that. And because of that, she started screaming. She started shouting. She shouted. After she shouted for a while, she cut off the phone. And that was when this boy was alone in the car and was driving and went live. He was on his seatbelt. He went live. Immediately he turned off his life. He did this. He was, I will kill myself. Back. Somebody will first ask, where is the management? Because many people are saying, oh, he didn't actually want to kill himself. He didn't want to kill himself. Oh, he's not planning to kill himself. But I can tell you that anything could have happened. Anything could have happened to that boy. Anything could have happened. He would have thought, oh, probably he just want to turn to one side, to one thing. Anything could have controlled. Anytime you are not in control, you cannot dictate the outcome of that event. Anytime you are not in control of a car, like you are not in control, something is actually using your head, you can't dictate what will be the outcome. He could have just stepped on something, or he could have used that car to actually hit somebody. Somebody might just be coming from the back, and he might just have used that car to hit that person, and probably that person died. So what will be the case? What will be the case? He might have just think that, oh, he's trying to actually just want to. If the car had actually went to meet somebody else, what would have happened? What would have happened? What would have happened? That's why the manipulation actually needs to stop from his own end first. But notwithstanding, apart from the manipulation, he must also understand that this thing is because he actually doesn't want to lose Jarvis for any reason. He still wants to be in her life, despite the fact that he actually wants to have access to other ladies. And they have actually signed this contract that, oh, this thing that we are going to be doing is going to be an online thing. It's going to be just an online thing. And offline, we have another person that we are dating till God knows when. God knows when they will sign that contract for. You understand? Because many people actually see them online. Oh, we are together, we are to do. So they become performing actors online. So, but until they realize and they tell themselves, or until they talk to themselves and be like, oh, this relationship actually we need to calm down. We need to calm down. And that was when he actually had the accidents. Many people came, they rushed him immediately and they took him to hospital or wherever he is right now. And probably he's going to be fine because he didn't injure anybody. He didn't injure, what's it called? The FRSC released statements. I wish I could be showing you, but I don't want, because I'm not going to spend more time today. They released a statement that they actually need to be very, very careful, especially doing live. Doing live is actually very, very, especially when you don't have anybody with you. It's risky. Imagine you carry your phone like this. That could even be the reason. It might not necessarily actually want to do it. When they cry and everything, it might be the reason why the thing will even shake. And while he was trying to control the car, he went there. So anything could have happened. So if you now die now, you will not say it's because of woman. Or it's because your woman say she's not doing again. Because she got angry where she got angry. And now you are angry also that you did not achieve what's it called. Because I can tell you that their relationship would have continued till today, if actually that particular girl in question said yes. But because he said no, and he doesn't like to hear no, because according to Peller, he has actually made it known that his friends didn't like him when he was in school. He was not everything about him before. They didn't like him in the street. He was not the best of people. He was not gaining that traction until he had this money. Until he was in this relationship, until he got acceptance from Jarvis. If you watch the video when these two actually met, you could actually see where they actually met on live, when they were actually doing live, when they actually met. For many people that have actually seen the video, you will notice that these people actually, when he was actually trying to actually, check Jarvis and all of these things, he was very, very scared. Apart from the fact that he was small, he was very, very scared. You could actually see from that video. So obviously, that actually means that this particular guy in question, there are few things that he has gained acceptance from, and one of them is this relationship. And in as much as he knows that he has actually fucked up, he was trying his possible best to wrap his brain around it. Probably his friends have actually advised him wrongly. Probably he has actually thought wrongly. Let's imagine that it was him that even decided that this is actually what to do. You understand? Let's not imagine that there are some friends that, because I still feel like there are some friends, it was some friends that are actually telling him that they have Sammy Banks lawyer somewhere that can actually help them to write the statement that truly the two of them are not supposed to, they can actually dissolve the relationship. You understand? So if it's like that, if it has gotten to that particular point in time that this guy is actually need to now dissolve the relationship, it should not be on a phone call. That's where the problem lied. It should not be on a phone call. It should be something that you are seeing each other to see, to speak. That was where the problem is. Now you are driving, you almost injured yourself, you almost pied yourself. On top of somebody where you still love. Don't be saying you no love him again, but because you are greedy, it's being greedy that causes all of these things. And that's why I always say you can't eat everything, because you won't have everything. You won't. He thought if we could have actually told her like that, probably she would have said, "Oh yes, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do it, let's do it." We were all done to it too much before. But this girl also loved him. Jarvis, they might have their issue, all of these things, but this girl also loved him. So what do you want to tell me, that we are not breaking or resolving this relationship just because we want to resolve it? The reason why we are breaking this relationship is because of the lady says she was shaking. She was scared for her life. Because if anything that happened to that boy that day, I tell you, Jarvis will not see the end of it. If that guy had broken his leg, or something happened to that boy, he probably something happened to him and his enemy go and buy. I can tell you authoritatively that Jarvis will never see the end of it. Till life, she will carry that burden. That's what I will advise, that they should never be together, because it is toxic, very, very toxic. And funny enough, this toxic relationship is what Nigeria is used to. And that is why Nigerians can actually relate with it. Let me say it again. Toxic relationship is what Nigerians is used to. That's why Nigeria can actually relate with it. Toxic relationship is what Nigerians are used to. The reasons why many people will not drag him is because Nigeria are used to toxic relationship. So that is why it is just expedient at this point in time that these two just say, no, it's enough. They have tried. They have given you the drama. They have given you every of the entertainment that you can think of. If these guys decide that they want to come together, they need to be beaten. They need to be slapped. They need to be like this. They need to beat them, carry them one by one. Because I can tell you that if somebody can actually, if somebody can come to the realization of saying that, he can want to unalive himself because of somebody. If somebody says he actually want to unalive himself for me, I'm running for my life. And the reason why I'm running for my life is not because of anything, no. It's because I'm scared that me, myself, I can actually buy that person. If somebody can go to the extent of almost collapsing himself just because somebody said no to him, what do you think can happen if these two get married? He can look her once in the eyes and say, I'm choking you. They pie you immediately. They pie you. Because that relationship is toxic to begin with. That is why they actually need to sit down and talk to him. There was a particular prophecy that actually trended. There's a lot. Hey, but it's not like killing yourself, Aziz. It can never be as killing yourself. It can never be like killing yourself. Many people have tried to chop rat poison, right? Many people have tried to do so many things for people that are in love. It is understandable, especially first love, and that is why I really do not have issues with him, right? Doing those things, but it was too far. And if he could actually do that as somebody that is in love, showcasing that it's because he's in love, that's why he's behaving like that. If those people to get married, you don't want to imagine what will happen. I can tell you that marriage cannot last 5 years. That marriage cannot last 5 years. It's not causal, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. It might not last 5 years. It might not. Let me not say it cannot. It might not last 5 years. Because the way we have been seeing their toxic street online, if they now go to be having to stay with each other every day and night, I can tell you that if that one did not kill one, another one will kill one. If one did not injure one, another one will injure the other. If one did not slap one, another one will slap another. Then it will get to a point, and we have been seeing them already beating each other, all because they are playing. We have been seeing each other already shouting at each other just because they are playing. So if it actually gets to a point that you can actually drive your car, destroy your car, that car like this is not Corolla. That car is not Corolla that you can easily get the part. He knows if you know the amount that you're going to spend on that car like that, the way it is, because of what he has actually spoiled in that car, to make it back to the normal way it was. To make it back to the normal way it was. And you can actually destroy that car like that. All because somebody break your heart. Or because to be very honest, now because a person break your heart, now because and to be very honest, I've actually said this before, that love can actually be crazy. I've said this before, that love can actually be crazy. Do you know why love can be crazy? There was a story that actually happened about 2-3 months ago. Right? Is it 3 months? Early this year, where a particular student, I don't know if anybody remember that story, it trended, where a particular student, a young student like that, he just entered school. They fell in love with each other, or a guy and a girl. I don't know if it's South Africa or Ghana that thing happened, that they fell in love with each other. Right? While these two actually fell in love, they became friends and they started dating just in 100 level. And because they were in 100 level together, you would have thought that, they are just freshers. Now, so this guy catch where they did knock the babe. They did knock in babe where they just did a relationship with. And because of that, that was enough reason for the guy to go and buy himself. That was enough reason for the guy to say, you want to join me? I don't know how to join here. Somebody should help me. If you can help me, I don't know how to actually join. This is my third time of coming to life. So if you can actually let me know how people can actually join. I'm saying if you can actually go to Telegram or something. I don't know how people can actually join my life, right? I don't know how to say. If somebody can actually help me in the comment section. But that is it. So what am I saying? So that guy, after like 2 or 3 months of dating, this guy went to the hall and unalive himself just because that particular girl in question was cheating on him. So if somebody can be cheating on you, if somebody can go and unalive himself, it's probably because that person does not have probably parental care or parental guidance, or elder brother or that boy is just weak. It's just weak. Imagine you unaliving yourself because of somebody that they will not even have to arrest because that girl cheated. It's not like you guys are already even married already. So that particular girl is free. Now you buy. So nobody should buy because of anybody. I've always said this times that nobody should buy himself because of anybody. Nobody is worth buying yourself for. Nobody. Your own life is precious. That's when I know that love can actually be very, very crazy. And many people will call that stupid love. But that guy, to him, is his own love. The heartbreak was too much for him. He thought he would not survive it. And when this girl actually shouted at this particular girl in question, what's her name? Jarvis actually shouted at Peller. You understand? From the phone call. He actually shouted at Peller. You would have thought, that thing will not make him do that thing. The way she shouted that, what do you mean that you actually don't want us to be together any longer? And you are not, apart from that, it's even crazy that you are telling us not to be too longer, not to be together any longer. The crazy thing that you are even not telling me now, that no, you still want us to be together, but we will put it into writing. That's the most crazy thing about all of this thing. The fact that you can tell me that we don't want to do, you don't want to do again, Abi, no wahala. You don't want to do again. It's fine. It's fine. You really don't want to do again. No wahala. But you are coming to tell me that since you don't want us to do it, let us be doing it low-key for the social media clout. What do you mean by that? Me, I will not do that one with you. And that was what made Baba went high. And to be very honest with you, everybody needs to, especially for people like that. If money, and that's the kind of people that society actually needs to be very, very careful of. Because people where money just meets them anyhow, and they are very, very hard to correct, right? You need the best of management to be able to control that kind of person. You need the best of management to be able to control that kind of person. Or else, this is what we'll be seeing. And there was a particular report that actually trended, right? Of a particular man of God that prophesied this thing in Ekiti, right? He prophesied it in Ekiti. He prophesied it about last month. It was November. He prophesied it around 28. That Peller was going to have accident. He was going to have accident. And because of that, Peller now, but nobody actually saw the video, because I didn't mean I saw the video. I have a TikTok that I used to talk about things. I would have made a video about it, but he didn't trend back then. Now he also made it known that Peller is going to have another accident in February. Thanks for liking. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the heart. He had the conversation. He was going to have another accident in February. He's going to have another accident in February. That if he does not take care of himself, he's going to have another accident. That what they need to do to Peller is to sit him down and talk to him. And we already know that the people that cannot talk to him is his parents. Why? Because we know that his parents is the one actually sponsoring all of them. He's the one that is actually responsible for all of these things. We know that it's his parents that are in charge of, so he's actually the one actually paying them. And people that you actually have more say over, there's nothing or little they can actually say to you that you will listen to. So his parents might not be the one to actually discuss those issues with him. And that is why it is very responsible that if they said it's going to happen in January and it actually happened, it's going to happen in December, and it actually happened in December, then they can also say that, and they also tell him that it's going to happen in February, then he needs to be very, very careful. He needs to be very, very careful. And to be very honest, I just feel like at this point, he needs to be careful moving forward. First heartbreak can be very, very crazy. First heartbreak, no. It can be crazy. So many people actually thought of carrying poison. I was reading some people's comments, and when they were showing their first, what's it called? I was just shaking my head. And you said you crazy. Why would you say you want chop rat poison? Why you got to say you want chop rat poison? Because of what? Because if my sister, they do again. There's some people that they were holding their chest like this in the night, in the middle of the night. I don't want to die. This heartbreak is too much. This heartbreak is too much. There's so many people that cried their eyes out. There's so many people that cried shiggy shit. There's so many people that cried their eyes out. Like, no. Thank you. We are enjoying this conversation. Of course, now you must enjoy this one. There are so many people that cried their eyes out that no, this one is hurtful. But by the time they enter their second relationship and the breakup happen, it just happened. Nothing the shaking. If it happens to you that you have to cry again, your heart is weak. Because I can remember my first relationship, like my own first relationship. I didn't cry, but I feel that. How would I be able to cope? Will I be able to cope from all of this one? Would I be able to move forward from this? Would this even be how will I be able to I was telling myself, how will I be able to move forward from this one like this? It was really, though I didn't cry. I can tell you that I didn't cry, but I felt it. But by that second relationship, beg, they go. Now, me won't break up the second one, so I know they do again. You understand? So that is what it is. Everybody's first breakup not everybody, you understand? But many people's first breakup was actually really, really heartbreaking, right? It was really, really, really striking for so many people. Some people didn't enjoy their first breakup at all, and many people think they won't survive without it. Many people think they won't survive it. Many people thought they won't survive it at all. But this is you actually having to survive it. If anybody have their own story, let us read it together in the comment section of your first breakup, your first heartbreak, how they broke your heart, or how you broke somebody's house, or what actually caused the reason why you guys broke yourself out. But I can tell you that first heartbreak can actually be crazy. And the fact that he had actually needed over and over again to actually need something to actually push himself to be loved. And when you think money is going to solve every of these things, that lie. Money will not always solve all your issue. That's the case of Peller. Thinking that, because of the money issue, you are deceiving yourself. You are deceiving yourself really, really badly. Because the money sometimes will not really speak. The money will not speak. The money will not speak. The money will not speak. So one of the things we must actually do as a person, and as the person that actually wants to actually grow, and as the person that actually wants to, you just don't fall in love with somebody, don't do things. And one of the things that he actually did too, that is actually very, very scary, was because he overdid things. He overdid things. For many of our first love, we didn't do much. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Look at what he did for our last birthday. Look at how crazy he went. He went to he did three events in one day. How many of you did that for your first break, your first what's it called? How many? How many of you did that one? You understand me? So you can actually expect you that did little compared to people that actually did much. So it's going to strike more. It's really going to strike more and more. It's going to strike more than you that didn't do actually much. So when I actually think about the things that he has actually done, the money that he actually spent, and in as much as they actually poured into each other, everybody can tell that Peller actually did pour into her. Days that will actually go on the live, and Peller will actually be gifting lion to this girl, gifting lion, and all of these things. Days that this guy will actually pour into her. Days that will actually do the work of a boyfriend. So obviously it's going to hurt more. It's going to hurt more. Let's tell ourselves the truth. And in as much as it might be the one actually calling for the end of the relationship, it's going to really, really hurt him bad. It's going to really hurt him bad. So today, I just feel like let these people just separate. Let them go on their own separate ways. Let them just separate. Let us just have this freedom. Let everybody just go their separate ways. It's going to be very, very painful that we are not going to be having this love combo between Jarvis and Peller anymore. Of course, it was sweet while it lasted. But if I'm Jarvis, after everything that this guy has done, and after everything that Jarvis has also done to Peller, no, I don't think they are worth being together, to be very honest. But let me know what you think. Do you actually think they are worth being together? Do you actually think they are worth being together? Do you actually think they are all doing together? Give me 3 seconds. Give me 5 seconds, please. Give me 5 seconds. So yes. So as I was saying, people had left. So sorry for the confusion. Sorry for the interruption, or what is it called? Is it interruption? Yes. So it would actually make sense. And thank you for actually staying behind. Thank you for staying. So as I was saying, it will actually just make sense that these people actually just stop. Let this relationship end here. It was beautiful while was it beautiful? Of course, there were the beautiful moments. There were the beautiful moment times when they went to river, times when they went to travel together and all of these things. It was beautiful, really, really beautiful. They had their beautiful moments. They also had their ugly moments too. Times where they were trending because of these things. And one of the things I think why Peller is even scared of letting her go is because he thinks that he might be having the thought that probably his fame is attached to her. There's also that kind of possibility that probably his fame, because to be very honest, they actually helped each other grow. It was their love that even pronounced them more. The fact that this girl is even now older again, people love to hear that kind of stories. And in as much as they still have their numbers, and they will definitely still have their numbers, nothing will stop their numbers. But will they still be relevant without all these cheap things that they do? Do you understand? Because some people are actually now making it known, which we are not yet sure. We are not sure. We can't confirm it. We can't confirm it yet. You understand? We cannot confirm it yet. But some people are actually making it known that it is any time that people are trying to make headways, that is when Peller actually comes out with tricks. Remember the particular time where who was the particular guy in question that was trying to get fame, where he behaved like he was kidnapped? He actually did that one. Until today, he said he was going to come and explain. To today, we have not found explanation to it. Davido is saying he actually wants to be on stream with Kataefe. And now we are having Peller on the news, now overshadowing Kataefe's whatever is going on. So many people are actually saying that the reason why he's doing this is to actually take shine away from people. That Kataefe would have been going a little bit higher more. He would have been trending more. He would have been, he would have been on more trending whatever more. Why? Because the more he goes on this kind of thing, the more he becomes the more he becomes more popular. And the more Kataefe gains, Kataefe gains more value. Many people get to know him more. And he becomes more popular. Many people get to meet him. You understand? He gets to from that he gets more subs. You understand? He becomes popular. So when he notices these things, is there a possibility? Somebody should help me in the comment section. I really want to know if there's a big possibility that Peller is actually using this to actually find tricks of trying to, gather the sympathy of people. Because I'm thinking that it doesn't want it to actually risk your life. Because that's the crazy thing you can actually do. That's one of the crazy things you can actually do. That you will think of unaliving yourself just because of something is not working. You understand? So many people are actually saying that the reason why he's actually doing this is as a result of the fact that he actually wants to just trend. But to me, it doesn't make any sense. In all of this, it doesn't make any sense. But some people are saying that is the case. So what do you actually think? Do you think that is the case? To be very honest, I really want to know. I'm very, very curious. Do you think that is the case? Is that exactly what is going on? Or to you think it's just coincidence? I really want to know. Many of you are not commenting, but help me in the comment section. Do you think that is the case? I really want to know if that is the case, right? If the fact that still remains that many people are actually coming live, to see people if his life is reducing and somebody else's life is increasing, hope it will not even cause problem in the future. And that's one of the dangers of these things that I'm actually saying. Because somebody leaves somebody else, because they are enjoying this particular person. There was a particular time that they were enjoying Peller and Jarvis' relationship together. Anytime they go on live like this, thousands of people follow them, thousands of people go in them. So right now, if somebody else comes and take that charm, people rush to that particular person in question. And so if people are living Peller's life, they are going to somebody else. They are going to Kataefe's life. They are going to other people's life. That's why it's always good that the first set of people wait first blue for them, now he don't make up. Because it gets to a particular point that everybody becomes plenty on the team. And when everybody are plenty, everybody now have to share. Because everybody wants to actually do something that is interesting now. Everybody will actually want to do something that is kind of making sense. Everybody will actually want to do something that is is meaningful. Everybody wants to do something that is chon, we love this, we love that, we love this, we love that, we love this. Oh, what you did makes sense. Another person too will be doing something interesting. Kataefe will be doing something interesting. Shank will be doing something interesting. Peller will be doing something interesting. Jarvis will be doing something interesting. All on their Twitch. And because it is now crowded, instead of everybody having to focus on Peller alone, they are now distributing the viewers. Because somebody is now doing something very, very much rich than the other. And it is still the same number of population that we have that will actually watch all the people that they actually want to watch on live. So that is where the problem with this streaming thing is. Because you can't divide the number. You can't. It has to be solely focused on one place if you actually want to be great there. And you will just discover that the people that are actually enjoying your life, if you are not doing something that is actually appealing or interesting to them, they will go and watch another person's life. And that is one of the problems with this streaming thing. Because you might not always be at the top, especially when it becomes crowded. I was hearing that Q Tabiola is saying he also wants to enter Switch. He actually wants to be doing W in the chat too. So also, if he actually gets there too, obviously he's going to meet the people that are on ground. The people that he actually wants to call will be the people on subs. So if he's also starting the studio, he will need to also share. And that particular, that streaming whatever will become crowded. It will become crowded. It will become crowded. So that's one of the biggest problem with this streaming thing, because the population, either in as much as it's increasing, is not even increasing to an extent that will actually bring in more viewers for you, right? So obviously, by the time the place become more crowded, everybody needs to share followers, and everybody now start attacking each other. Everybody becomes enemy. We're actually seeing Shank fighting with Katayefi. The reason why they are one of the reasons why they are still fighting with each other, apart from the fact that one is not taking one along, one is leaving one behind, and all of these things, is the fact that everybody is collecting viewers. We are having to share viewers. Oh, W in the chat, W in the chat, W that in the chat, this and that, this and that. You are still having to share viewers. And that's the problem with all of these things. So I just hope that is not the case with Peller. To be very honest, I just hope that is not the case with Peller. I just feel like let him just be doing whatever he's doing and continue. You will not always be, especially with this online stuff, you will not always be at the top. There was a particular time when I was doing YouTube videos on this place. I was getting 100,000 views, getting 200,000 views. Now like this, I struggle to even make views on the thing. That's one of the reasons why I'm coming live nowadays. Because by the time you make videos, you know they see views. It's not encouraging. You understand? Because this particular place are now saturated. And due to the fact that we now have competition. Back in the day, there was nothing like TikTok being crowded. But TikTok actually did so many things that are actually really special to their platform. And many people rushed away from YouTube, went down to TikTok. You understand? In as much as these people still have their people and still people still come in, as people still join me for life now, it's still people that I'm seeing here. You understand? I still have people, 4 people in the chat, W in the chat, guys. Let's go. You understand? In as much as I still have my people, it has been shared. It has been shared. Now you have many people sitting down from morning till night on TikTok. Sandra Benedi and all of these people sitting down from morning till night on TikTok. And the reason why they can actually do that kind of thing is just it's not because of anything new. It's just because they have actually discovered that they are making money there. You understand? So that is just the thing. So Peller and Jarvis issue, I don't know if I've actually not touched any part that I actually wanted to touch, right? I think I've actually touched it from the fact that his family members is the bottom line of everything is that they've actually made it known. They have prophesied that he's going to have accidents in December, which actually happened. And they said another one is going to happen by February. And he needs to be very, very cautious. He needs to be prayerful. He needs to know where he's going. He needs to protect himself. He needs to pray about it. His family members need to pray about it. His what's it called needs to pray about it, because you cannot actually take it for joke. You can't take it lightly. You understand? You can't take it lightly. You cannot. You can't take this kind of message lightly. So that is just that about that. To be very honest, to be very honest, it's nice having every one of you. I will soon be going. I'll just have to start leaving. Right? So I want this thing to get to an hour, and we are currently at 47 minutes. So we have like about 13 minutes more to go. 13 minutes more to go, right? 13 minutes more to go. So thanks you for joining. Thank you for joining. For all of those that are joining me, I agree. We have discussed about Peller. We discussed about Jarvis. Yes, if you stroll back, you'll see what we have discussed about. So many important things that you guys need to know. The conversation was interesting. That's why somebody's even writing here that we are enjoying the conversation. Of course, you will enjoy the conversation, but we'll soon be wrapping up right now. I think it's getting dark already. So if you are there, can you introduce yourself to me before we go? Because I love introducing people, because we get to be much more friends. So if you drop a comment, I kind of say hi. I kind of appreciate you for joining, and we'll love to see you in another time. We'll love to see you more and more and more and more. It's not easy. It's not easy to leave your time and say in a favor you want the watch. You understand? Easy. Easy. It's not easy. So guys, let's go. Somebody should drop comments talking about his name. Who are you? We have 5 people in the chat. Drop your name. Who are you? I know. Just where are you streaming from? Where are you guys streaming from? Let me know. Is anybody streaming from abroad here? Because I actually set the location of this thing. There's nobody actually replying me. No, are you people really woman? I don't start to YouTube some self. If person come on, you will know the person come on for TikTok. Now, if person come on for here, you know will know if the person come out or not. How before people go to watch me, I know go know the person where they come watch me. YouTube is fake. Hmm? Are you fake? Don't be fake. Where are the 4 people that are currently in the chats? Right? Somebody should type something so that I can know that you guys are there. Just type something. It's funny that nobody's typing, and it's kind of funny, right? Wherever you are watching me from, easy. Ooh, all of you don't disappear. Nobody actually did that. Voila. Let me just wait for about let me see if I can actually get let me where's my green screen? I'm coming. Oh, green screen, green screen, green screen. I can't find my green screen. Where is this green screen? Jesus. What's happening? Has it turned to effect or something? Green screen, oh, green screen. Oh, this effect is actually kind of there. Why are they now making effect? Why are they making effect to this thing? Like I see. This one didn't work. Oh. I'm trying to test this stuff. Jesus. Oh, my darling. Oh, this is making me double. My eyes is killing me with this stuff. Which other one is there? Extra highs. Extra highs. I'm having double eyes. Anybody seen the double eyes? Eyes. Wow. Wow. I'm just trying to catch away time. We have 9 more minutes. So anybody that actually wants to stay can stay. Anybody that actually wants to leave can leave. You understand? I actually just want to make 1 hour break and wow. This is actually cool, but wait. So how many of you know Peller and Jarvis? Right? Oh, well, why the hell would they be putting this kind of stickers to this kind of effects to? It's funny. It's very, very funny though. Who they put this kind of effect for this kind of thing? Why? Very, very funny. How would they be putting this kind of effect? What if I move? Wow, so this is what it looks like. For all of you joining me for the first time, if this is your first time joining me, you're welcome. I am the Thunder Man that destroyed the world. I come in different passion, baby. If you are seeing me and you leave, I prophesy to your life tonight. Anybody that is looking for money, go and get money. All of you don't come out. You know, like prayer. Go and find money. Money follow you. Money cover you. Money. Oh my goodness. Oh, zero viewers. Yeah, mad. Boom, boom. If you don't fear me, who you supposed to fear? I am the Dragon Lord. I destroy people for a living. Yes. The stomach. Make I punch out the stomach. So for just joining me today, we actually discussed so much about Virginia Daniels. Eh? What's it called? So good afternoon, everybody. So by 5 minute time, we will leave. Are you feeling the power? The power that is dropping right now. The power that is dropping on you. If you need power, say power. Power that you use that anytime there is gun to not enter. If they shoot you gun, you know the enter. You want that power? You want that power? Take that power. Oh, this thing is slow, shall. You know what? Hallelujah. Let's go. 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 Yes. Yes. Mm. So yes, today we talked about so many things, right? So we talked about Peller and Jarvis, and that's where we'll be ending today's conversation. So for those just joining, thank you very much. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.